I think that my mother's gotten many awards over many years. But I think this award in particular is a great summation of the extremely hard work that she's done in the sustainability universe.
When I first met her, I thought, this is some woman. She brought intelligence, poise, encouragement to everything she did and to the people that she worked with.
She's really pushed us all in terms of making sure that as a firm we really stay on the edge and that we've gone towards things that weren't easy, in some cases were controversial. You know, we as a company today are much, much better off because of Pam and her efforts.
Pam has been on the Living Cities Board of Directors for the past 7 years, and what she brings to that board really is a long history of commitment to low-income people and underserved communities.
Pam's a leader across the industry and really a role model to both women and men in business. Even with her busy schedule, Pam's always found time to give back, and her commitment to Johns Hopkins, I think, was a good example of that. In her 17 years on the board, she has never missed a meeting. I used to be chairman, and I didn't have a record like that.
Pam was a pioneer in embedding social themes and philanthropy into large companies like ours. And she succeeded in not only in getting the attention of the senior management, but also in mobilizing our company.
In the early days, Pam and Citi had exposure to environmental groups that included things like the Rainforest Action Network, climbing the outside of the buildings and hanging banners. Since then, and even before then, Pam was in a proactive mode of reaching out positively to the environmental community and engaging with us around solutions to some of the problems.
15 years ago, Pam recognized that the environment was something any kind of business had to pay attention to, that we could not say we were doing good works if we were not protecting the environment and creating a sustainable society.
And so Pam agreed to host a meeting of banks where we facilitated a discussion about whether we could get environmental considerations into the lending process. And I thought the meeting was a disaster, and she thought it was a fabulous success.
It was in those days that a group of industry leaders understood that the kinds of campaigns by NGOs and others against different brands within banking were actually threatening the whole of the project finance business. And I think Pam was a big part of the spine and the heart of the banking business that allowed them to move forward with the Equator Principles.
The Equator Principles are the first time that banks as a group got together and said, we have some shared accountability for these outcomes, these environmental outcomes, climate outcomes.
There was just beginning to be increasing concern about the environment, and she just seized it.
There were 4 banks, then there were 10 banks, and it was really Citi. Citi was the only big U.S. bank at the table in those days. And the fact that Citi wanted to do this made a lot of difference. And that's Pam driving that.
And now, as I think everyone knows, the Equator Principles have been adopted by all banks that are involved in project finance, and they have become the standard. Largely at Pam's urging, we got focused.
So really working in coalition and uncommon collaboration, as I say, with civil society, with other members of the financial sector, with government, et cetera.
I think Pam is a unique person, or one of maybe 3 people in the whole world who say, my company, my corporation cannot do this alone, but if we can work with others, we can accomplish far more.
This partner with a number of our clients in terms of renewable energy and clean technology. And if you go back to 2007, we as a company have done and lived up to a commitment we made back then under Pam's guidance of raising and financing $54 billion for those efforts.
Pam Flaherty leads a partnership between Citi and C40 that work together to share best practices and to try to lower global emissions.
You know, I think that she has real spirit and determination, and that's what we need if we're going to change the way this world works so that it's a better one for everybody and a better one for the environment.
I think Pam has been able to be in this business and at Citi for all the years that she has, in part because people know and trust her.
And it's no surprise that they're recognizing Pam. She and the World Resource Institute share a commitment to getting results and making this a better world for all of us.
I once said to her, in a moment of candor, Pam, I find baseball boring. Why do you go to baseball games? She said, it's the strategy.
You know, one sign of a minor flaw in Pam's character is her support of the Yankees, her dedication, her obsession with the Yankees.
Never. Absolutely not. There was no Mets. Absolutely.
If I was to describe Pam in one word, ferocious.
Omnipresent.
Smart, hardworking.
She's charming, she's engaged.
She has guts.
She is truly influential.
You know, it is not lost on me that my title at Tishman Speyer is a title that she has had here at Citi.
Great human being.
For David and I mean, we couldn't have asked for a more active, hands-on mother who cared and was there. And for her to sit here and get this award today that was recognizing her amazing corporate achievements, I think it's nice to pause and remember that she is also a fantastic mother.